If you remember one thing, and just one thing only from this period in French history, remember that everyone, and I do mean everyone, was named Henri. The children of the generation that were coming of age in the 1570s, Marie of Cleves' generation, were the children of Henry II and Marie de Medici. And if you remember the court, and if you wanted to curry favor with the king, who at that point was Henry II, you named your child Henry and you asked King Henry to be the godfather. So we have lots of Henrys. In addition to Henry II, we have the man who will become Henry III, who was born Edward Alexandre, but took the name Henry when he was confirmed in the Catholic Church, and he would later become Henry III. There's also Henry, the King of Navarre, who will later become Henry IV of France. Henry, the Duke of Guise, the first Henry, Duke of Guise, who is the infamous Duke of Guise, who was married to Catherine of Cleves, who is the sister of Marie of Cleves, who is the protagonist of Almost a Queen. And finally, there's everyone's favorite husband. There's Henry, Prince de Condé. And in order to keep the reader from just completely getting lost, I decided the easiest way to keep all these Henrys straight was to just refer to them by their titles. So Henry, the Prince of Condé, is Condé. Henry, the King of Navarre, is Navarre. Henry, the Duke of Anjou, is Anjou. And Henry II, who in 1570 was already deceased, was the king's father. So it made it easier to try to do that. And of course, the Duke of Guise is the Duke of Guise. And those are the Henrys. Now, let's not forget there are also some Henriettes. Marie of Cleves' eldest sister, Henriette, was also the goddaughter of King Henry II and was named Henriette in honor of King Henry II. So I think the takeaway is if you were born anywhere between, say, 1550 and about the late 1560s, the chances are really good that your name was either Henry or Henriette. And I've tried to, in the manuscripts, I've tried to differentiate between the Henrys because the English spelling of Henry is R-Y. The French spelling is R-I. And that was just a stylistic choice. I had the feeling that Henry III, the Duke of Anjou, probably went with an I because, it was fancier. And at the same time, Henry IV, who was Henry the King of Navarre, he looked like a R-Y to me, so he just kind of kept it that way. Condé, I think he's more of a R-Y. So that was really, for me, that was just a way of trying to keep track of everyone. And if you're trying to get your head around the Henrys, don't worry, it was difficult for everyone at the time. There's even what was called the War of Three Henrys, which was fought between Henry III of France, Henry of Navarre, who would later become Henry IV of France, and Henry, the Duke of Guise. So that is a short guide to all the Henrys of Renaissance France. I wish you the best luck in the world. I've tried to make it as clear as mud. I hope it's as clear as mud. If you're still confused, by all means let me know. Let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to try to keep you straightened out. There's also a problem with all the Catherines. In addition to naming your child after the king, you can also name your child after the queen and have her to be the godmother. So there's a lot of Catherines. There's Charlotte Catherine this, Catherine that. So, once you get your Henry straight, it's time to go over to the Catherines. So this is Laura, and this has been your quick, muddled guide to all the Henrys of France.